Deku is so hyped, he forgot his mask. No, scratch that. He left it because it's time to go badass. The phrase calm before a storm has been dancing around for the past couple of chapters, mainly because each of them send out that feeling. That said, this chapter is pure definition of that phrase in every sense. It's no doubt that not only it displays the heroes gearing up for perhaps the most dangerous mission so far, but it rounds up the momentum of hype that leaves you highly anticipated. Whether the arc officially begins here or a while back, the hype train has now gone full speed. It's no secret that it's been a while since this series went into action, as it has been building up for quite some time. Although the build-up has paced itself with its elaborated detail on the overhaul and the 8 precepts, it still managed to hold my attention with its realistic vibe of the characters and convincing motivational drive. In due time, everything will pay off dearly. Although time has passed from the last meeting, the flashback continues Aizawa and his students' discussion, since it left out the others' reaction, and that's good to read their thoughts on this matter. Ochaku and Tsuyu didn't hesitate to accept the mission, showing how determined they have gotten. I'm happy that we will get more of them, in a serious mission no less. It's that time to give them a grander spotlight. Krishna also accepted the mission with tense expression. Bottom line, we are certain to receive spotlight moments from these 4 students, Deku included. One noteworthy advice from Aizawa that can give you a troubling feeling is the current position they're in. It stated that 8 Precepts has not formed a partnership with the League of Villains, so the problem, while still bad, isn't exactly that dangerous. Deku and other 3's job is to find Eri and take her into custody. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's be honest, this kind of statement always asks for much more, so expect the worst. At least it's just 8 precepts that they have to deal with, right? It's amazing that I was actually enticed with the lunchroom scene. Deku and others have to maintain the mission as a top secret, so everyone has to play it cool. Deku, however, has a lot in mind, including All Might's time depth. It only leads him to feel good amount of pressure and unwarranted nervousness. The scene with Tenya and Shoto talking to Deku is a nice, relatable moment. Deku has that look that signals trouble, and Tenya is there to help. What made it tender is Tenya actually quoted the same line that Deku said to him back when he was dealing with Stein. Deku can't say anything, but he was awestruck by his words. It's a bit sad, I would admit, because Deku does feel like he's gaining more problems in his head that one day he probably loses it, which I hope that won't happen. It's still nice of Tenya to be looking out for him, seeing how the role has been reversed. Deku starts to tear up and that shockingly got me. No one should reserve all problems to him or herself. As cliche as this may sound, friends do stick together. Even Shoto tells them that it's fine for a hero to cry once in a while. Even if they are not part of the mission, it is nice enough to see them having Deku's back. When the day of operation arrives, I feel the rush inside of me that this is where the hype lies in. However, before we even begin to suit up, the chapter shifts back to Night Eye and how he managed to pinpoint the location of Eri. Sadly, though not a surprise, it's at 8 Precepts headquarters. It's good that the mangaka decided to not to drag the prelude to the mission long, since now we can focus on the real deal. Though I was pretty amused to see how Night Eye got the info, starting with the purchase of a toy. I have no idea why he even bought one, but whatever gets the message, I guess. Joking aside, it was a smart move to use his foresight when he tracked that guy who is babysitting Eri at the store. He only needed to touch him once and he could see and pinpoint his location. Well played move on his end. So there's no need to keep the hype on hold any longer, because all they have left is to infiltrate and rescue Eri. Night Eye, however, has one more speech to say that only solidify the hype level and sends off with inspiring words. It's amazing that despite a lot of hold up from the the main point, these characters have developed and connected well enough to me that I am more into this arc than any other before. I am compelled by this cast, including Mirio, who is now fired up, but hopefully that won't lead him to his demise. That all said, the inspiring speech about changing the future remain a mystery, but changing the past can be done is a really good way to draw the attention that reflects Night Eye's character, as well as giving heroes a boost of confidence. The last shot of them gives me goosebumps that we are finally here, the moment that we have been waiting for. Sadly, I grow fear when Overhaul appears to look at someone, and that could be Shigaraki, which can be a huge problem. The real danger is the fact that the status of the partnership can change at any time. Aizawa warns them that if they are in fact united, they will pull the plug, or in other words, abort the mission. It's the Calm Before Storm chapter that sends off on a high expectation. All heroes are ready to do their job, as two are ready to redeem their own mistakes. The villains are close to ready, with the possible faction being formed. Will this escalate into a warfare? Timing is everything. I'm giving this chapter an 8. I cannot wait for this arc to start, or whatever you want to call it. I just can't wait because every build up has been leading to this moment, so no doubt I am very hyped. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Is it really Shigaraki that is meeting with Overhaul? Because if it is, then it's guaranteed they form a faction, but maybe, just maybe, it could be a red herring. Time will tell. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.